Hello, it's Clive, and today I'm thinking about the subject of coming out and what that means, and actually why it's kind of taken me so long to do this and to come out in quite a high-profile way, sort of showing my male side as well as my femme side. That's quite a significant step forward, I think, and certainly even up until just a few months ago, that was something that I wouldn't have contemplated, mainly because of fearing social ostracism and perhaps the threat of relationships that I hold dear, and perhaps some which I consider important, although I could survive them being threatened, still changing, and that affecting the life that I enjoy and the people that are important to me and the whole safety network that provides, essentially. I think I've gone beyond that, and the part of the question that I ask myself is, how would it be if I was really changing sex, actually going through a transition? How would these people respond? Would they respond differently to a situation now where I'm not doing that, but I'm presenting in a way which many people could consider to be quite strange or odd? And I'd like to think that people are still accepting and tolerant whether or not I'm going through that process. But still, there's quite a lot which is scary about this, especially showing both of your images side by side and doing this in a way that is a real jump into the unknown. There's actually no knowing when you take a leap into the dark what people will do as a response, how they may comment perhaps negatively and despisingly. And I am affected by such comments, although I do try to ignore them in the main. And potentially worse, perhaps they do get used in ways that are outside my control and which I don't like. So there is something a little bit about exposing yourself with this, about making yourself vulnerable to the unknown and entering into a world of potential danger, which is scary. And I think also potentially there's a little bit of the question, am I actually kind of, the only word I can think of is prostituting, which perhaps isn't quite the right term, because that does tend to suggest making money for something. But am I looking for something in return, be it potentially have some acceptance or a response from that, in return for showing myself in a way that up until now I've sort of kept secret? And I think this all comes back to the question of what matters. And for me, it is a question of being authentic and showing my real self, my real selves, I should say, does seem to be important. And to do that, taking a step into the unknown, taking that first step, going public, does seem to be an important part of the process. So we will see how this all evolves, and doubtless I may have some further reflections on this in due course. Bye for now.